Why has the EU President Ursula von der Leyen, why she visited India? What are her intentions? How will India benefit from the EU? What are India's opportunities vis-a-vis the EU? Will European working travel visas become easy for Indian citizens? What are my views? Okay, so the visit has just happened, and instead of me trying and remember what all happened, let me put out this report on the screen, and we will read it together. It's by this reporter journalist called Siddhant Sibal, and he has listed all the activities. This is this tweet is from yesterday, so it's very recent. So let's see all what all has happened. So let's read. So it's very rare for EU president, along with 22 commissioners, cabinet ministers, to travel bilaterally to any country in such a format. This visit shows how Brussels is keen to firm up ties with India. So let's find out what are the outcomes of this visit. Right? Let's find out the outcomes. Uh, India and EU free trade agreement. Both leaders gave a big political push for the conclusion of the free trade agreement, which has been apparently languishing for decades. So we are hoping to conclude the free trade agreement by the end of this year. This comes as Trump tariff worries remain a key concern for India as well as for the EU. And the EU wants a reduction of tariffs, especially cars and wines. Not only FTA, but focus on conclusion of agreement on investment protection and geographical indications by year end discussed. Clear political push by top Indian and European leaders for the free trade agreement. 10th round of FTA talks will take place in Brussels next month. Diversification and de-risking call for strengthening supply chain resilience, basically reducing dependencies on China, which everybody will welcome. Trusted and secure value chain is our common priority, which is what PM Modi has said. And the EU Commission President said we need to build robust and diverse supply chains. There is talk of climate, joint research on EV batteries, marine plastics, green hydrogen, offshore wind business summit has been planned. EU imposed tariffs on EV batteries from China, which is a big global share to counter government unfair subsidies. Strategic technology, deepening cooperation in semiconductors, AI, 6G, uh, and so on. Um, TTC is a key pillar of India EU ties, launched in 23 and so on. There's a joint statement, Green Connect, green energy, green hydrogen, some symbolic things like traveling in a hydrogen powered bus. And connectivity, the IMEC is interesting. India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor, IMEC corridor was discussed at great length. Both leaders mentioned it. So it's expected to make the rail link is expected to make trade between India and Europe 40% faster. Okay, let's see what happens with that. Then there's defense, security and defense partnership. The EU is looking for such a partnership with India on the lines of what the EU has with Japan, South Korea. Um, India has shown interest in joining EU's permanent structured cooperation. PESCO, more maritime exercises, new space dialogue, security of information agreement, counter-terrorism operations, cross-border terrorism about Pakistan, cybersecurity, marine security, and so many other issues. So many other issues. Looks like a very substantial thing. I will not go through the whole thing, but you get the point. It's been a very substantial um, visit, and lots of substantial things were discussed. And let's see how what the outcomes and actual tangible measurables are of this. But looks like a good visit. Looks like a productive visit. So the intentions are that both India and the EU as an economic bloc need to work together in a mutually beneficial way, win-win way. We can do all this stuff together, and there's lots of opportunities for us over here. I did not see anything about visas, travel visas. It would be good for Indian citizens if it becomes easier to travel to the EU. Right now, there's a very long, tedious, cumbersome visa process. You have to give, I hear, a bajillion documents to get an EU visa. Maybe we can talk about that. I mean, our leaders can talk with the EU leaders about that and make the process easier. It would be nice. But I did not see anything about visas in what I just read. So we'll see how it goes. But overall, it seems to be good, and something that we should all Welcome.